The screams weren't what rattled me. What unsettled me was the look on the groom's face, the way he froze, not when. The gunman kicked open the doors, but a heartbeat before they shouted. A flicker, recognition, maybe shame. I caught it. Through my lens. 3 masked intruders. Charged down the aisle. Cheap disguises. Rigid, rehearsed movements trying to look like real professionals, but I'd seen actual ones. You can sense the difference. Don't move. One of them snapped. Guests ducked beneath tables. The bride squeezed her bouquet like it might protect her. The groom trembled. Not from terror, but something deeper. Something that tightened inside me. I steadied my camera, adjusting the focus. In one fluid motion, a habit older than my nightmares. Leaning toward the bride, I murmured, "Cover your ears. I'll handle this." Her eyes widened. Maybe she saw something in mine. A trace of who I used to be. A man who solved problems quietly, permanently. The groom looked at me again, and there it was. That same flicker, like a secret ready to explode. And just like that, before a single shot fired, the real threat shifted. It wasn't the men with weapons. It was the man standing at the altar. The first moment I sensed something wrong with the groom was a week earlier. I was polishing their engagement photos, soft grins staged. Joy when I noticed a detail most would miss. The bride's reflection in a window. Rested, trusting the groom's reflection. Beside her, staring at someone else. Entirely. A figure in the background. A woman half turned away. Familiar. Too familiar. I zoomed in until the pixels bled together. Her stance, her hair, the tilt of her chin. It was my wife, my ex-wife. Still a raw bruise. I closed my laptop gently, as if locking something rotten inside. Told myself it had to be coincidence, poor lighting, mistaken identity. Then came the late-night calls. The groom slipping out during rehearsal. Nights. The bride softly asking me, "Does he seem withdrawn to you?" Withdrawn wasn't the right word. Split was a man. Divided between 2 lives, neither true. Still, I said nothing. Suspicion isn't proof. Proof demands patience. Accuracy. The military taught me that betrayal sharpened it. So I started small. A telecom contact owed me a favor. Call. Records, patterns, hidden numbers. The groom was predictable until midnight. After that, nothing. A perfect 30-minute blackout every night. People flaunt what they're proud of in daylight. They hide what ruins them in the dark. I pulled footage from the rehearsal location. There she was, my ex-wife, slipping in quietly, leaving fast, head low, hair tucked into her coat, the way she always did when she didn't want to be noticed. She was awful at disappearing, at least from me. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I waited, watched, gathered details like a surgeon laying out tools. On the surface, I was just a photographer, obsessed with framing. Inside, I counted breaths, counted lies, waited for truth to arrive like a blade. The night before the wedding, my contact sent the final piece. A location ping. A hotel room 414. That number etched itself into me like a scar. I stood outside the door at 10:07 a.m. and listened. A laugh, a sigh, a whispered confession. The kind lovers. Trade, not strangers. My chest didn't tighten. My jaw didn't lock. I merely understood. Not every betrayal shatters you. Some sharpen you. On the wedding morning, I handed the groom a small envelope when no one was watching. He frowned. "What's this?" "Proof," I said. He hesitated before opening it. Cowards always do before facing their choices. Inside were photos from the hotel hall, time-stamped, clear, undeniable. Him kissing my ex-wife. Them entering the room. Him holding her face the same way. He held the brides during their session. His color vanished. His eyes flicked toward the bride. I didn't bother following. I simply asked why her. He mumbled excuses. Weakness, loneliness, convenience. I'd heard better from dying men. I stayed quiet. Silence can cut deeper than accusations. And now back at the ceremony, when the gunman burst in, the real performance began. They grabbed the groom. He didn't struggle, didn't shout. He just stared at me like I'd orchestrated everything. Like betrayal deserved rescue. I lifted my camera, framed him cleanly, captured the instant a liar finally met a consequence. He couldn't charm away. Stay back, the leader warned. I stepped forward anyway. The bride screamed. The guests panicked. But I said calmly, take him. He's the one you want. The groom stared at me, coming apart. You knew. I always. No, I replied. They dragged him through the doors. He kept glancing back, pleading without words. I lowered my camera, letting him slip out of my frame forever. Police sirens arrived minutes later. The bride trembled, mascara running. Why didn't you stop them? She whispered. I looked at her softly but cold. He was gone long before they ever entered. Her face crumpled, not because of the gunman but because truth sank into her bones like winter. I packed my camera and walked past the chaos, past the shaking guests, past the altar where lies had stood wearing tuxedos. Outside, the air was clean, still, honest. I didn't look back. Some weddings end in vows. This one ended in clarity, and clarity is the closest thing to peace I'll ever need. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories.